Well, hello there, friends. Another delicious chicken dish. A lot of you have asked me to do chicken dish because it's still an expensive protein to prepare. So what do we got today? We got a beautiful breast of chicken with a champagne mustard sauce. Amazing sauce. You're going to love that sauce. And I'm serving it with the Duchess potatoes, and a maple syrup glazed carrots. The whole dish is a 10. If I have to say so myself. I'm glad you're here. Stay tuned. We're going to make it. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're doing it right now. Okay, friends. Let's get going. Pretty simple dish. Delicious though. Bottle of champagne, if you don't have a champagne, you can use sparkling wine. You don't have sparkling wine, you can use regular wine. You don't have regular wine, use a chicken stock. You should consider it though, my friends. All right, I got 2 big chicken breasts. We're gonna put a salt and pepper on the chicken breast. Really, really simple. And then we're gonna put in the flour. You know, I find it it's more efficient if we put the salt and pepper on the chicken, than if we put it in a flour. I mean, I do it in a flour sometimes, but I wonder why. Because it's a lot more efficient. If you're in a flour, you know, I don't think it's that efficient. Sometimes, so we take it right there and put it in a flour. And then we're going to do, friends, we're going to take a fry pan, then it's going in an oven-proof fry pan. Oven-proof fry pan. That means you can put it in the oven. If you don't have one of those, just take a regular fry pan and put it in a cookie sheet and pop it in the oven. Okay? If you don't have an oven, mamma mia. It's true. A lot of people said to me, I don't have an oven. I think you should go get one. But if you don't have one, just cut it thin. Take that chicken breast and make it thin. Cut it very thin, my friends, and you'll see then it'll cook fine. It's better to cook it in the oven when it's thick like this. Look at those chicken breasts. It could be a turkey. Look at those things, how big they are. They are huge. And so it's better if we cook it in the oven. Otherwise, what happens, friends, if you cook a whole thing like that just in a fry pan, by the time you cook the inside of that chicken breast, it'll be dry. By the time by the time you cook the inside of it, the outside will be overcooked. That's what I mean. Sometimes I don't explain things correctly. But you understand what I'm talking about, right? You got to cook the inside. You got to keep it in fry pan forever and ever and ever. And before you know, it's burned on the outside. And the inside is not even cooked. So look, we're going to start a fry pan right there. We're going to go about 365. In the meantime, we're going to make a champagne mustard sauce. We're going to add some mushroom and shallots. Now, normally you would always add the shallots first because it's an onion. But when you got mushrooms, there's so much water in there. By the time I get rid of the water in those mushrooms, my friends, put a little butter in there. Eh? Somebody don't like butter, tell them to watch somewhere else when you do it so they won't see it. And where was I? Oh, yes. What happened is shallots is the most delicate of all onion. I don't know if do I have any more shallots? No, I have no more shallots. I was going to show you. I used the elephant shallots. They're very big shallots. And you chop. If you don't have a shallot, you can use onion. It's fine also. But it's better with the shallots. It's more delicate. Like I said, the shallots is the most delicate of all onion. It's very elegant. And we chop them nice and small. But what happens is if you put the shallots first, and then you get rid of the water and the mushroom, by the time you get rid of the water and the mushroom, your shallots are burned. So we're going to get rid of a lot of the water and the mushroom, and then we're going to add the shallots. Okay? Because this is going to take a while. You know, I tell you all the time, people don't like mushroom. It's not because they don't like mushroom. They don't like the texture of the mushroom, right? Isn't that true? Some of you say, yeah. I don't like it either. So we're going to put, how are we doing over there? We're almost there. We're going to put some salt in there, my friends. The salt is going to help us draw the moisture, right? And since you're at it, I might as well put a little pepper. All right, and we're going to saute until the water starts to release. The oil temperature that I'm looking for is 365, and it's right now. So we're going to go in, we're going to put our chicken, the pretty side down first. Pretty side down. That's the pretty side. Put it down. The other side is the ugly side. I know you're laughing, but this is how I teach you. The ugly side is the opposite of the pretty side. The pretty side is what you're going to serve it in, or you slice it in. It's the outside. The inside is not pretty. See, it's like an even. So you put the pretty side first. You do the same with the fish. When you cook a fish, you put the side down first, then you want to serve it. So on the fish, the bloodline was on top. You serve the pretty side first. I know I'm confusing some of you, so don't worry. Have another glass of wine, relax. We're going to have a good time. So what do we got for the sauce? We got a beautiful shallots, and we got tarragon. If you don't like tarragon, or you don't have it, you can use thyme, rosemary. Sage would be good for this. Sage would be good. Yeah. Forget the rosemary. Forget the rosemary. Rosemary and champagne, I don't know. Now, sage and champagne. See, you have to think. You have to think in your head and say, okay. Now, champagne is just another white wine. It just happens to have bubbles in it. If we don't have any, that's okay. Garlic, chopped garlic, a little bit of chopped garlic. Mustard, we're going to use Dijon mustard. And this is a Parmesan or Reggiano. And that's it. You can use Pecorino Romano. Reggiano is a little more delicate. Nothing wrong with Pecorino Romano, but it's too salty for me. All right, so we're going to get this beautiful golden brown, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. It's really simple. You see the water? Look how much water is coming out of the mushroom, my friend. You see, this is why you have to take your time, relax. I've found, this is fun, remember? And about the mise en place, you all good with me on the mise en place? Everything ready before we start cooking. It makes such a big, huge difference. Look at the turkey, the chicken breast, friends. It could be a turkey. Look at plump they're getting. They're getting even thicker. Those things are going to take 45 minutes in the oven. Nah, not 45 minutes, but a good 15, 20 minutes. Easy. I got the oven going at 375. I want to cook them in the oven. It's going to be so much better. Now look. The mushroom, my friends, are reduced down to nothing. Look at this. Look at this, my friends. You see, they're almost like down to nothing. They're all water. You buy mushroom, you're buying water. I'm telling you, look at this. Oh, yeah. See, we're looking good. We're looking good, my friends. So I'm going to reduce it for a minute because I still got to do this. If I put them in the oven now, that sauce is not going to be ready, my friends. So I'm just going to relax for a little bit. Let's keep cooking this right there. Now we're going to put our shallots because the mushrooms have released enough water. Now we're going to cook the shallots. And now, my friends, you're about to smell the shallots cooking in a little bit of butter. Yeah. It's amazing. I'm telling you. The smell then comes out of a shallots that has been sweated. We're sweating the shallots. It's amazing smell. And you see, this is looking very good for now. We're going to switch them. These guys are harder over somehow. And then we're going to pop them in the oven. Now look, at this point, my friends, I think then our shallots, let's check it. I've cooked them. Yeah, I can smell them. They're smelling delicious. We're going to put a little garlic. How long do we cook the garlic? Until it releases its fragrance. A little bit of garlic. You don't have to have a lot. Just a little bit. 2 teaspoons. Fresh tarragon. Like I say, sage would be a great a substitute if you don't have tarragon. And this is an amazing base for a sauce. You see, friends? And now we're going to put the champagne. Oh, Chardonnay. Holy macaroni. Remember when you open up a bottle of champagne, you always keep it at a 45-degree angle. Let the air out so the champagne don't come out. All right? It's very important. We're going to put a little bit in there. Oh, yeah. Like I said, if you don't have any, just use white wine. It'll be perfectly fine. Then you can drink the rest. Delicious. We're going to let that. Jack likes it. He likes champagne. We're going to let this reduce, my friends. We're going to let this reduce. Maybe we should just add a little more since Jack is here. He likes it. We're going to make it extra. All right. Friends, I'm going to pop these guys in the oven. Those are, like I said, the oven is hot. And I'll come back when this is out of the oven resting and we finish the sauce together. Oh, one more thing, friends. I'm going to serve it right there with the Duchess potatoes that I made in advance. And I made a video on the Duchess potatoes. Then you can make it. Link is over there somewhere. Jack is going to give you the link. And you'll be able to make them in advance. And the beautiful thing about those potatoes, you make them in advance and at the last minute, before you're ready to serve, you give them a little butter. It's mashed potatoes, just a fancy mashed potato, fancy looking mashed potato. You spread them with a little butter, see right there, a little butter. And you know if you put butter on it, it's going to be delicious. And then you pop them in the oven at the same time. You know, that's it right there. Pop them in the oven, they're ready. Pop them in the oven. Voila, everything's going to be ready at once. All right, friends, chicken should be ready. We're going to take everything out of the oven. Take the chicken out. Remember when you take something out of the oven, friends, always leave a towel. The potatoes, I told you about the potatoes. I didn't tell you about the carrots. We got a maple syrup glazed carrots. And again, I put a little butter in there and I just reheat them. Jack is going to give you a link on the video if you want to make them. You can serve it with anything you want. Sautéed spinach, anything, really. Mashed potatoes, whatever it is you want. It just happened that I made a little fancy mashed potatoes and glazed carrots. Make it with whatever you want, my friends. The chicken, when it comes out, remember the secret of a delicious breast of chicken. Is that okay if I plate over here? That around, you good? We're gonna cut. Now, I mean, let me take this out of here, my friends, and let it relax. Bear with me. Here you go. I don't want to continue cooking this because the chicken breast will be too cooked. The secret, my friends, you take it with an internal temperature. 155, 160. Because with the carry-on cooking, it's going to continue cooking to 165. And that's the secret of a chicken breast. If you overcook it, it becomes dry. We don't want it to be dry, right? So, the sauce. If you look at the sauce here, friend, it's good, it's resting. I don't care if it's champagne, I don't care if it's wine. You got to reduce it almost until there's nothing left. We're going to put a little bit of chicken stock for extra sauce. I would say a half a cup of chicken stock so we have extra sauce. The wine has to be reduced by half until it smells good and it tastes good. You have to test it. You're testing it. If the wine tastes good, then you know it's reduced enough. If you're using chicken stock, then you don't have to worry about it. We're going to put a little bit of heavy whipping cream. I would say about 3 ounces. If I were to measure, who cares if it's a little more, a little less? If somebody don't like your food, you know, they don't have to stay for dinner. They can go next door to the neighbor. That's the way I look at it. We're going to bring this to boil, and now we're going to thicken. We have to thicken. We're going to put a little bit of cheese that's going to thicken some, and we're going to put a Dijon mustard. Now, the Dijon mustard is not a thickener. It's a binder, but it's not a thickener. It binds when you make a vinaigrette. It creates an emulsion. It's nice. But this is for flavor, so we're going to put it at the end. And today I'm using a cooked roux to thicken. A lot of you said you made a video on cook roux, but you don't often use it. I don't often use it because I know a lot of you don't make it. So a cook roux, if again, there's a video on that how to do it. If you don't have a cooked roux, you can use a cook roux is a flour and butter that have been cooked. So now I can add them at the end. I don't need to worry about cooking the flour because it's already cooked. If you don't have this, little cornstarch, little arrowroot, little tapioca powder, potato starch, whatever you want to put in it. It's a thickener. And cook roux is wonderful. Like I say, you can put it at the end, and you don't need to worry about cooking the flour out of it because it's already cooked. That's why it's called a cooked roux. R-O-U-X. Everybody's wondering, what is a cooked roux? What is it? What do we got? Cooked roux is just, it sounds like a cooked roux. That would be Julia Child. Cooked roux. So we're going to put a little more cooked roux, as a matter of fact. Just a little bit more because I want it to be a little thicker, my friends. I want it to be just a little thicker. And then we're going to, see it's starting to thicken. I want the sauce to coat the tongue. Remember, it's all about texture, my friends. The texture is a conductor of flavor. You have a sauce that's not the right texture, missing out. Little bit of Dijon mustard, put at the end. You don't need to cook Dijon mustard, I promise you. And then we're going to put a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano or Pecorino Romano, whatever you want. And we're going to let that melt. And that sauce, my friends, you can rub it all over your body. That's one of those sauces you can do that with, I promise you. This is going to be amazing. And we're going to test it. We're going to look at it together. We're going to decide if it's good looking. What do you think? Is it good looking? Look at this, look at this. So now we're going to test it. We can't forget to test. Whew. Oh, it was hot. A little more cream. Just a little more like, whoop, voila. Oh my God, it was hot. But it's, hey, and you know, what's missing? What's missing? What's missing here? You can't test it, you're going to say. And you're right, you can't test it. Little butter. Yeah. Ooh, a little more salt. A little more salt. A little more pepper. A little more cheese. The mustard is nice and present. How do we put the butter? We turn the heat off. You see that texture, my friends? You see how beautiful that is? Look at this. Look at this. Oh. Did I test it? Let me test it again. Look at this. Okay, now it's perfect. The mustard has to be present, meaning you have to test it. All right. What am I doing now? Oh, the potatoes. The potatoes, my friends. Right there. You're good with the camera over there? We take the potatoes. Oh, mamma mia. Don't break the potatoes now. I put it right there. Is that okay? I put it right there. I move it around. I said, can I do this? Can I do this? And then I changed my mind. All right, so look, guys, we're going to slice it. You got to let it rest a little bit, friends, when you do that. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. That is going to be so juicy. That is going to be so juicy. I'm telling you. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that breast, my friend. Look. You can squeeze the juice out of it. Ha! Oh, it's a little hot. Don't let it bother you. Oh, it's not bothering you. It's bothering me. You know, intelligent chef would take a tongue, right? That would be an intelligent chef. I just wanted to show you how beautiful how moist the breast is, my friends. That's very, very moist. My knife, I picked the wrong knife to do this. Well, here we go. I think we're good, my friends, just like that, right? All right, so now, what do? First, we got to put the butter in the sauce. Don't let him forget the butter in the sauce. Remember, turn the heat off. I did already. Put a little butter in there, okay? Just, you know, you got people, they complain. Oh, it's too good. The food is delicious, but I see too much butter. Whenever you put the butter, tell them, oh, go over there. Go play with the dog. Go play with the dog. That's a good one. Go play with the dog. Look at that sauce, my friends. If you can't rub that sauce all over your body, I don't know. Wait, look at this. Look at this. You see it? You see it? Let me test it. Oh, that's amazing. So like, it's hot. I'm going to take that plate and move it here for a minute because I don't want to make a mess on my plate. We're going to put it right there. We're going to put it right underneath, right there, my friends. A little bit of sauce. You can put it on top of you if you want. I'm going to put it on the side for a minute. That's really up to you where you put it, my friends. Okay? And then we'll put the chicken. There you go. Put the chicken right there, my friends. You see, look. Didn't make it a little elegant. Oh, you say it's a chicken breast. I know. Why don't we make it? And then we're going to take our carrots. Where are my tongs? Lock the door. My tongs have disappeared. We take a beautiful carrots right there. Put it right there. Look, all of a sudden you got a little plate that looks nice and elegant. And it was really no big deal to make. That's the whole idea, friends. I want to do things. Let me clean this up. I want to do things that are simple yet elegant. Okay, you want to give him 3 carrots? Give him 3 carrots. I don't know where the tongs are. What? It's really simple. All right, give him 3 carrots. Why not? That's too much. They're too big. There you go. A little bit of the fresh thyme right there. And right there, my friends, we have a delicious champagne mustard sauce chicken. Then we're going to test to make sure it's good. To make sure it passes the inspection. Make sure it passes the inspection. That sauce, my friends, is going to be so amazingly delicious. You know what? I got plenty of sauce right here, so why don't I just do this? Forget the plates. Look at this. Oh, it's going to be hot. What do you think? Oh, yeah, it's going to be hot. Delicious, my friends. And the potatoes, you see? You make them in advance. Dump them in the sauce. Oh. This is the delicious dish for you to make. The cool part, you can make all the potatoes, the carrots, all this in advance. The last minute, all you got to do, you can make the sauce in advance. At the last minute, just add the butter and cook the chicken. My friends, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell. Thanks for watching, friends. I'm applauding myself. I thought it was delicious. Oh man, this is good. We're going to eat now, and there's enough. Just for the 2 of us, that's it. We can't eat any more than that. Delicious. I'm going to eat a little bit more just in case you starve. Now you may not leave me any. Delicious.